Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm Daily Dose 68 and we are in a new game tonight, Hardspace Shipbreaker. It's a beta version that's still in development, but you can access it early and help them make it a better game. It'll eventually come out on Xbox, PlayStation, obviously on PC, and on other platforms. But when I was first looking at this game, I was just like, I don't know, this looks kind of lame. But the more I watched, the more I got into it, the more I was like, hey, you know what, this looks like fun. And here's the thing about the game. It's not a shooter. It's not an RPG. It's not an MMO. It's not turn-based. It's not a strategy game. You're a shipbreaker in space. Humankind has industrialized much of the solar system. Earth is deteriorated into a place of squalor and decay. In orbit, a new breed of worker has emerged, the shipbreaker. The labor is extremely dangerous, but for a select few, the hazard pay is worth the risk. The shipbreaker. And here we are in our crappy little hovel. You can hear the music blaring in your ears from the neighbors. Look, you got 2 days remaining on the network. It's the year 2329. You can see all these. You can see these emails: bill past due, credit declined, payment reminder, any food, please respond, dad is sick, past due, application declined. So, notification, Lynx Corporation Recruitment Services, Shipbreaker application, pave the way to the Galaxy program. Update your application status. Congratulations on, here we go. Greetings, citizen LF2911, looks like Bravo 0 Sierra. Congratulations on accepting into the Lynx, the pave way to the Galaxy program. From over 124.8 million applicants, you were chosen based on above average, exceptional physical and cognitive ability. Participation in this program can be lucrative and rewarding depending upon the willingness to follow visions and processes of the Lynx Corporation. You have been assigned to the Salvage Station 42, designation Morgan. The station currently has no additional personnel, but if you are able to demonstrate the ability to build and grow a profitable operation, a number of exciting opportunities await you. Remember, employment in the pave way to the Galaxy program is at a sole discretion of the Lynx Corporation and can be revoked at any time. Acts of insubordination or malice will not be tolerated. So give any lip, you're gone. On receipt of your electronic signature, a shuttle will be deployed immediately to your current location to deliver you to your post. Training will commence immediately following. Finalize your info on the following page, confirm enrollment. So we'll just go ahead and use my YouTube name. Try this again. Yeah, and all that background noise in that apartment would drive me insane. Listen to that crap. Listen to techno. That. Oof. All right. Links effort tracking employee social hub required employee account name. Please enter account name. Profanity or anti-corporate slang jargon is not accepted. Well, I guess the pre-C culture did not die in this game. It's still alive on November 9th, 2329. And you don't even have a name anymore. You're just a number. Select revival package. We proudly offer our body and mind revival program to new employees. Below are the details of your selected renewal package. Terran Health Board Advisory. Cloning has a 0.02 chance of DNA corruption. Open shift, clones unlimited. Clone fee $150,000. So basically, if you die, they're gonna charge you $150,000 to your already $1 billion debt to recreate you. But you just get to keep coming back over and over and over again. So that's pretty cool. I wish we had that today. Voice, verify your identity. You're just what is this? Oh, I see. I'm sorry. That was just funny. I'm gonna go with that one. And then I invert my controls. Meal preferences. Our food processor can serve a variety of dietary preferences. Food cost is based on current market value and may change over time. All right, go. Oh, you got to pick your food. Chicken? All right. Plastic free. So does that mean there's plastic in the chicken? Vegetarian? I hope those are plastic free. And ento-mortarian. Sounds like almost like mortician, like you eat dead. I don't know what that means, but you know what? I don't care. We are going to go with entomarian. I don't know what that is. I'll have to Google it, see if it exists. Each statement, President agreed, I have no criminal record in the Terran Martian zones. Yeah, okay. I am not a member and have never been associated with the workers' union or other labor interests, so labors are definitely not good in the future. Sounds almost like they're like a, you know, an anti-social, anti-government terrorist kind of thing. I have completed my annual medical exam and have been cleared of having COVID. I'm sorry, I had to do that. McCullough's lung, so we don't have that. I have no commercial or real estate interest in Luna, in the Astro Belt, or in the nation state of Arizona. Yeah, that's right. Arizona is a nation state. We rule the country now. I knew that was the reason I loved living in Arizona. I will bring a positive attitude and problem-solving mindset to every workday. Yes, Master. Oh my God. I understand and accept the health risks associated with the long-term exposure to a Van der Waals field. Okay. I don't know what that is. I will vote for Chancellor Chun Zhang in the Pan American Senate election. Wow, still fixing elections 300 years in the future. I mean, this is flat out in your face. You want a job? You vote for me. You want to get out of here? You talk to me. That's a little Mad Max there. Maybe you picked it up. All right, so next, I'm not going to read all this. I like this last one down here. These last two, it kills me. Employee hereby grants permission to Lynx the authority to transfer any and all unpaid debts owed to Lynx and or any of its affiliates to their next of kin in the event that they are terminated, disappear, and or perma-perish. I guess perma means you permanently go away, you can't get cloned. But what I think is funny is you're taking on a job and you just strapped your family that they might even know, or brother or sister, or who knows, with $1 billion in debt. I mean, that's pretty cool, huh? Lynx reserves the right to terminate this contract at any time without notice of payment in lieu with no requirement or sufficient. Basically, just fire your ass whenever they feel like it, and they don't have to tell you why. They just ask you what the shape of Italy is, and you say the boot, and they say, that's right, you're out of here. We're going to skip training because I already know how to play the game, and I'll walk you through the very first mission, the very beginning. So we're going to scan our thumb here, and now we'll get the intro of the game.
Into the yard to earn his wages working hard. I pray to the stars and heaven above to return my daddy to those he loves. If there comes a time when he and death meet, bless the next cutter that takes his seat.
Wow, I mean, if that doesn't get you excited, you know, I just can't even imagine what this game is going to be like when it's finished and it's out on. I'm definitely going to play it on the Xbox, especially when the new Xbox comes out. And you PlayStation fanboys, I'm just kidding. I'm an Xbox fanboy. But you can see, I mean, it looks really, really great. I mean, I'm just really looking forward to it. So we're going to jump right in. This is your, this is going to disappear real quick. So this is your initial page when you come in. When you first come into here, this is how you'll start your day. You start your shift, equipment. I'll go through these real quick. Equipment. This is all your equipment. This is your cutting tool. This is your grappler that moves stuff. Obviously your thrusters, your jetpack. The scanner you'll see when we're in the game. Obviously helmet, you're in space, and your work suit. You see right here, you start out $1 billion in debt, and your rank is 4 as beginner. LT is links, tokens. You start out with 300. This is what you earn as you break down ships and hit certain levels. You get credits, tokens, and you use them to upgrade your equipment. And so I'm going to use them real quick here, and I'm going to upgrade the range of my cutter, so that way I don't have to go deeper into ships, and thrusters, because good God, it is slow in the beginning and you got to get to and from the ship. So now we've used up all of our credits. We're going to jump back here. But you definitely want to upgrade your cutter and your grappling tool. It increases the strength. You can kind of hold off on thrusters and cross spectrums, but eventually you can buy all these, and you'll see how much at the end of the game, how much it costs you to rent this stuff. That's where that 500,000 comes in. I think the first thing I bought when I played in the other game was the helmet. So we're going to go back here to comms. So as you go through, you're going to pick up these hard drives and data disks, and in here they'll encrypt them, and it gives you a backstory a little bit to the game. Not so much about the game. It's kind of like, you got to remember, it's like buying a used car. You're dismantling a used car. It was somebody's life, and in there you find, notes or whatever they left to people or stuff they left behind. It's the same thing. You find these little tidbits of stuff that they left behind in that ship, and you kind of just get a little brief into it. I'm sure that's going to play into the game more as they develop it, but I don't know right at the moment. Certification, obviously this is a current rank quote. This is the things you have to do in order to rank up, to move to levels, to get larger and larger ships. Your work order objectives, class 1 reactor power cell. These are the things you have to get in a certain quantity so that you can rank up, and that automatically goes, and you have to earn a certain amount of credits at the time. Right at the end of your first ship, I think you automatically rank up to the next one. But as you rank up, the ships get larger, more money to be made, but much, much harder. A lot more time consuming. Things that can go wrong really fast. Fuel lines, cooling lines, and what powers these ships is a nuclear reactor. So, and obviously quit. So you click start shift. Right now you have no ships in your bay. There's nothing to continue salvage. We're going to pick a view catalog. So these are the ships you can choose from to dismantle. And you start out on, see right now you're at rank 5, so you can't even go up to medium. So you start out on easy. These are light cargoes. And what I do is I look at the total value. I do look at the total mass, but I look at the total value. That's because they're telling you what, if you recycled every little scrap, you should get 3.8 million, but that's like taking the seats out. I mean, that's not like just, you throw the whole thing in the recycler and you're going to get that. It's you piece by piece by piece. And sometimes it's not worth it going that deep, because what you're going to get in return for what's left over after you hit some objectives to recycle may not be worth it, and you're actually going to lose money. You think you recycled a ton of stuff and you find out it was only $100,000, so it cost you $400,000 to recycle to get 100. So you can see how it's not worth it. So 3.8, 3.7, 4, and 4.1. I'm going to go with for, oh look, there's even a really simple one, the mackerel. This one, I know this one has no reactor in it at all. No, we're not gonna do that. We know we're gonna make it halfway challenging or something. So we'll go with this one right here, the Arcadian Hardy Mark 6. Claiming a new ship will clear the salvage bay of your existing ship. All remaining salvage will be forfeit to links. Begin salvage. Yes, I want to begin. Down here you get some little ship systems, cycle tips, and when you're ready to go, hit your spacebar.
All right, Cutter. Now that you've completed your training, you're only about 1 billion credits away from paying off your debts and links. I know the thought of making 10,000 credits, let alone 1 billion, sounds impossible right now, but I can assure you it is within your reach if you put in the work. You've got the DNA to be a great salvager one day. Literally. Your report here says your blood work confirmed ideal genetic makeup, physique, intelligence, and psychological profile for the position of shipbreaker. I'm guessing that means Lynx thinks you're less likely to blow yourself up. Let's see if they're on to something. Complete your work order and return here to your hive when you're ready for another ship. And careful with that reactor. One false move and you're a goner. And a whole lot of credits pour. Good luck, Cutter. Weaver out.
Weaver is your kind of like your foreman. He talks to you all the time, tells you when you're doing good, need to come in, etc. Especially when you're on the oxygen limited one, and where you're on the one where your day is limited to 15 minutes, so a shift is 15 minutes, so you have to really haul ass to get things. I went with the oxygen one so I could take no oxygen needed to recuperate, so I could take time to explain the game a little bit. So right here, when you first come in, work by profit. So this is where it's kind of like your little hardware. It's kind of like your little hardware store. So you come in here. This is where you're going to get oxygen if you needed to re-get it, but we're not doing. We have to get oxygen every time. But for fuel for your thrusters, you got to buy. It's $5,000. You get tethers is what you latch the recycle parts and panels, and you'll see here that's what you latch them on and move them into the recycling, the furnace or the actual recycler. You're limited to 10 at the beginning, so after you use 10 tethers, you have to come back and buy more tethers. So make sure you're using them when you need to use them, because they're $9,000 a pop. So you'll see. I ought to be in debt before I start. So Damascraft patch kit. That is obviously if you damage your helmet or your suit, you use that to patch it. So like you fly into something too quick, or you cut through a fuel line, and it explodes and it throws you against the bulkhead, and you crack your helmet or you rip your suit. You're gonna need one of these. The utility key is not important on this one yet, but you find them in the ships also. So when you find them, keep them and grab them, because you get into the bigger ships, there's a room where you can turn off, it's in the engineering space, you can turn off the fuel system to the reactors, because last thing you want to do is be in the back of all these pipes in the ship and you cut a fuel line. It literally blows the whole back end of the ship out, and it ruins your recycling and your money you're going to get, because everything's damaged now, even the reactor. So, and then these, every time you come back here to grab tether or something, just hit that a couple times, because you have to repair your own tools. You have to repair your own helmet. Everything you own that you rent from them, they make you buy to repair it. So kind of gives you an idea what it was like probably the early 1900s with the sharecroppers, when you worked for the company and you had to buy everything from them. They leased you your land back. Or the same thing with the miners. Everything that they lived in was owned by the mining company, and they didn't even get paid. They got paid in tokens, kind of like Lynx tokens, and you use those tokens to buy stuff. So right now, I haven't recycled anything, and I'm already added $9,000 to my $1 billion debt. So you can see it adds up real quick. So let's jump out of here, and we are going to go to our ship. So up here, up here on the right hand side, you see it says work order, and it says salvage. These are the key things that you got to get in the beginning to rank up. So as you fill the work order, you get more. Your certification as a breaker moves up, and then you can get larger, more profitable ships. So after redoing this first ship, you should automatically rank up, because you'll have everything in here. Salvage nacelle, salvage nanocarbon, salvage metal, and salvage antenna. And you can see below each one where it tells you your quantity, and you have to see the little LT10, LT27. That's your Lynx token. So once you hit those quotas, that's how many tokens you get for hitting each one. So keep that in mind when you're recycling, because that's the stuff you're going to get. These, let me make sure my brake works. Okay, so these are, think of them as tethering points, where you can tether your tethers to, so you can pull pieces around, so you can manipulate them and get the ship in different positions that you need it to be in. So what we're going to do, first thing I like to do is is come down here, and one thing I'm going to show you here is the scanner. So the scanner gives you an X-ray view of the ship. In the beginning, it only gives you structural. Later on, as you upgrade your scanner, it's going to show you fuel lines, reactor, all the kind of things to look for, not to cut into. The yellow between the orange structures, those are the parts that you have to cut internally in the ship. So you have to figure out, how do I get into the ship to cut those, and you got to get inside a wall. So it makes you think. It's more engineering. You're not shooting and blasting. You're trying to figure out what's the fastest, most profitable way to dismantle this ship and get it in and get onto another one. So we're coming out of that. So I'm going to come over here to these nacelles. I like to cut these out of the way first. It's quick. Nacelles, I think these are going to be roughly, I think all fours are going to get us a little over 3 million, so that's about 750 each. Maybe it's a little more than 3 million. This is the tool in my hand right now is your grabber, and it'll grab on. See how it's grabbing onto it? I can't really pull anything right now. It's not that strong, but it's so you can manipulate stuff and move stuff around. I can't remember this. And then use your hand a lot. Your hand is magnetic, so it keeps you from flying out in decompression, or it holds you in place as you work on things, like when you want to grab stuff. So like I want to grab this antenna. You hit your grabber, you keep it, you keep it held down, and then let's go. I'll grab another one. Let's grab this real quick. So down here is the barge, and see right in the middle, down by my thrusters, it says barge. That tells you where it goes, and the barge is the most profitable things. But part of my salvage requirements was to get my next license was this antenna. So we're going to shoot it down there, and it'll automatically stip. And I got a thumbs up, and then they'll tell you that you're good to go. And so now I'm going to come back over here, and we're going to cut off our first nacelle. And use the cutter. I just used one of my tethers. Darn it. So you got two modes on the cutters. You got this slash, just boom, just rips right through it. But you have to be careful using this one because it does a wide arc, and you could cut, not exterior but inside, you could cut through a wall and hit a fuel line, hit a fuel tank, and it could cut. Let's just say it's mass destruction. So right now that nacelle is floating free, waiting to be tethered. And when I look at it, see it says barge. So we know that we're going to move the barge. It gives you kind of all kinds of different, information, 700 kilos, etc., etc. So I'm going to go down here to this next one. Okay, we're going to come underneath here. And we're going to cut this one off. And then we're going to come right back out here, switch to our other tool, and you're going to see how we use the tether. So left click, right click, it throws the tether, keep it held right click down, and then you can see we can connect to another one. You let it go and it tethers them together. Then we're going to right click on this one, and we're going to tether down to the barge. You can see I was pulling the other one up there, and these will go straight down to the barge, and once they connect, you'll hear the lady tell us that they've been collected, and we'll get cash for them. The music will play. I like the music. It's kind of reminds me of country music in a sense, or no, not country, but bluegrass. So, okay, perfect. And I got a thumbs up. We're gonna switch to our cutter. See how the cutter's going left to right? It's horizontal versus vertical. You right click and it goes vertical. Left button, your trigger fires it. And you see how it pushed me back? I didn't have brake on because the force of that is pushing you back. So always make sure, depending on where you're at, that your brake is on. We're going to come down here. And in space, remember there's no upside down, front or back, because you can go any which way. I'm going to come down. Whoop, wrong key. Come down a little bit more. Come down, over. Brace, and then we're going to rotate. I'll show you this one. So this is the fine cutter. It's like a scalpel versus big old machete. This one takes a little bit longer to burn with versus the wide cutting one. This is more pinpoint. I didn't hold it down long enough. You have to hold down long enough to, and here we go, to melt that piece of metal, or yeah, melt. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna switch to my other tool, my grabber, tether, and tether.
Caution, tether supplies are low.
Yep. So we only have 5 of those left. Now we got to go into the airlock to get inside the ship. And remember that the ship is pressurized inside. So you could actually cut through this metal right here right now, and if you did that, the ship would decompress and blow up because it's not pressurized. So we have to go in and depressurize the hull, or the interior of the ship. So that's really easy to do. We'll just spin around here, and then it comes in, and it lets us manipulate it. F is to open it up.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
We're gonna come in here. We got to do the other one. And then
pressure levels increasing.
And then it'll pressurize, and then I'm gonna turn my light on. So now we're gonna come in here, and right up here in this particular ship, they're right here, but they're different places, different ships. This is an atmosphere regulator. You hit it, and it's gonna regulate the atmosphere
Pressure level decreasing.
in the whole ship. And then the cab will open, not the cab, the cab. Oh, that's funny. Oh, wait, we want to open this one here. The cockpit. Thank you. God, I couldn't think of it. It'll open it up.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
And this right here, remember I talked about decoding things, backstories? That's what these are. And some of your ways to increase your licenses require you to collect so many of these data drives. So get close enough. If you're not close enough and you hit F, it's like a punch, and it'll slam that thing and bounce all over the interior of the ship. So that's what you want to do. I'm going to go up here and look just real quick, just in case. I talked about those keys. I don't think there's any up here. Nope, no keys. In the beginning, I collect a lot of them just to hang on to them. So here we are inside the ship. First thing we want to do is see these right here are the cutting points that are either visible or they're inside these walls and they're not visible. And so you need to cut these to release. So typically what I do is I will cut the floor loose, take these seats off and recycle those real quick, and then I will cut the roof off. I'll take this door off and then go in the reactor. So let's just start doing it. Oh, I just sliced up a seat. See, that's why I don't use this one a lot. I mean, I use it, but just not this one. These 4 right here connect the cockpit to the area back here. All these ships are basically built in squares, like Connex boxes, all put together, and then as you take it apart, you'll see later. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave that for right now. I made a mistake and cut that loose last time. Cut that one. Cut that one. See that roof? See how the ceiling or the roof of the ship is going up? And let's see if I can get down. You can just see it under that seat right there. And that popped loose. And we'll recycle them in a second. I'll show you how we do it with the grappler. But I just want to cut all these loose so they're ready to float. Oh, see, there's the keys. Start grabbing these keys, because in the later ones, you're gonna need these. So we're gonna collect those. We're gonna back up. I'm gonna stop right here. Cut that loose. That dropped. I'm gonna cut this one. Okay, so the floor and ceiling are loose. I'm gonna switch to my other tool. I'm going to try to push this out of the way. Come on, push it down. And look at that view. That's got to be... Oh, you know what? I just realized I was trying to figure out on a map what that is. This is 300 years in the future. This is completely off topic for this. I mean, to what you have to do in this game. That's the United States, and that's Mexico. You can see right over here under this line, right, this little part right here, underwater. That's Florida. And there's the Louisiana and into Texas, all up in there. And then the whole East Coast. Oh, that's not a bummer. Oh, well, East Coast is gone. No, I'm just kidding. It's all flooded. So, they talk about global warming and the rising seas and all that. So that's exactly what happened. In this 300 years later, well, I won't be here in 300 years, so it's no problem. But apparently, that I just realized Florida's gone. Okay, completely off topic. Just thought that was interesting. So we'll pop down here. You can see the floor is already out. It's kind of just free floating in negative gravity or in gravity. So I got my grappler. Left click. See how the grappler pulls it, and you use the tether. And wherever you put that tether, there's no limit on the distance. You could shoot it clear across your bay here if you wanted to. This one's still up in there a little bit, not quite. So if I use the tether. Oh, that one's still there. If I use the tether, it'll depending on how heavy the ship is, it'll actually pull the ship at a pace, and it could make it go into one of the things you don't want. You don't want to use that. Okay, recycler. The one on the left is the furnace, and it's the same on the side. Furnace, recycler. Do not cross this yellow line. I learned the hard way. Once you get across that line, it's kind of magnetic, and it'll suck you in and kill you, and your jets won't work. The only way to get out of there is to throw your tether across and reel yourself in real fast. So we did that. So we're gonna go and recycle these seats. You left click with your grappler. It'll I don't know, it like kind of unhooks it, and then we're gonna kick it down to the barge because they're worth some money.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Kick it down there. Try to get as much money out of this ship in the beginning as I can. So this is what I was saying about how you have to recycle every little piece to get the max amount. So you typically won't recycle. I'm sure there's somebody that plays this game that recycles every little piece and penny, but I don't know if that's always going to be 100% profitable. Let's get this one out. Okay.
Salvage secured.
Get this one out. And, since we're sitting here, oh, there's one more. Bring this down. I'm not sure what these are, but you can, it says soft crate, so there must be something inside. You can leave those, you can shoot those down. I'm just going to do one. This door, I'm going to pull it off, and I'm going to reel it in a little bit. Let's see if I can get it to come up and reel it in a little bit. Reel it in. Come on. Oh, crap.
Helmet damage detected.
See, I just did something you don't want to do. That sucked. I flung that door into my face with the thing, and I think the door's gone. I don't know where the door went, but it just cracked my helmet. So when we go back to get more tethers, we'll fix it. Right here's the reactor. We'll go in and get that in a minute, but let's go up top here. And let's get these roof panels recycled. This one here has steel on the top, and see how it says, it's going to say furnace, but the rest of it is panel aluminum. But we're going to go ahead and, I didn't want to do that. Shoot. We're going to go ahead and put it in the furnace because we'll get more of it being in the furnace. This one is nanocarbon. And I don't know if you can see it, but when you're on it, we're out of tether, so we'll go back and get that. But when your gun's on it, it tells you what is for processor, furnace. But we're out of tethers, so we got to go back up here and spend another $9,000 to get 10 more tethers. So we might have covered our costs so far with what we spent. So we're gonna zoom in here. After a while, you get pretty comfortable manipulating all the jets, the ups and downs, the left and rights. We're gonna hit the brake. We're gonna come in, and we don't need any fuel yet, but we're gonna grab some tethers. We're gonna heal our suit. So our suit is healed, and we just dropped $16,500 on on some tethers and fixing our helmet, which we shouldn't have bunged that up. All right, so let's go back. Let's get this ship knocked out. We're just spending too much time. I should have already had this knocked out. So we're going to go in here. We took the bottom of the ship out. We took the top of the ship out. To get to these cross members we got to dismantle, we got to get the back half of the ship off so we can get in to the sides. But to do that, we got to get the reactor out first, and that's the big money maker in all the ships, but it's also the most dangerous piece to deal with. So what I do... Oh! I got to cut it out. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself here. So we got to cut it out. I always pull these off. These are... Oh, see, there was a repair kit right there. I could have repaired my suit and not paid for it, so that's on me. Oh! I just flung it. I didn't bring it in close enough. And this is extra oxygen, so if you're playing the oxygen level, you can get more oxygen. But we're not doing that. So let's get up here. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. Let's get up here. We're going to cut these loose, so you need this. These are your fuel tanks. Don't hit those. They're full of fuel. It will explode. It'll damage your reactor. You'll probably die this close. And even if you don't die, the whole back half of the ship that makes a good chunk of money is gone. So you just screwed yourself. So to drop this bottom half out, cut this one. Cut this one. And then since I'm already here, I pre-cut the back half of the ship out except for one. And do not... Right here is a good chance you could hit the reactor with your laser because it's off to your right. You hit that reactor and cut it, it's gonna explode. So we'll wait. I'll cut this one. If you cut the roof off and it goes up, the reactor starts to go and it starts to go into meltdown or it starts to scramble and get ready to blow. So I wait to remove the roof until after I've taken the reactor out. So we're going to go down. And we're going to back up here and go down a little bit more, and we're going to switch to our other one, and we are going to grapple this into the processor. And if you're too close to it, when that thing moves, it'll smack you. Just like I just got hit by that door, and it'll damage your suit. That was a rookie mistake there. I shouldn't have done that. See, and it goes in, and we're going to credit. Okay, so now we're going to... I want to back up just a little bit more, because the minute we start pulling it out, it's going to start arcing on the ship. And if you don't get it out quick enough, it'll blow, but not like in a super second. But if you screw around with it too long, it'll blow. So we're getting it down. Don't let it hit you, because it will definitely spark on you. And then we're going to kick it down there. See how it's arcing? I'm not sure. And see how it's still arcing up there? If you go up there, you would get shocked right now. I'm not sure why I'm breathing so hard. It's not like I'm... So we're going to spin around because we're in space. Okay, so behind here is your thrusters. That's worth a lot of money. We're going to pull this end cap off. That's the cover for the what do you call it? The thrusters. So I'm going to hold the grappler, and I'm just going to try to shoot this right into the recycling. That should go in. So there's a way you can do some recycling. I'm going to float in there without using one of your tethers. So we're going to lock onto this one, and we're going to get it down here so we can bring this thruster pack out over there. We're going to tether it, and we're going to send it down here because it goes to the barge. We're going to get some cash for that, and we're going to go up over here, switch to our cutter.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
And we're going to spin around. And we're going to fly down inside the ship and cut those last pieces loose, and then get the rear end of the ship moved so that we can get inside the walls and recycle a lot of the ship. These lights will pull off. They're worth money. So, I mean, every little thing, every scrap, you can pull these off. Every little thing is worth money. But again, you gotta figure out if doing that is worth the time and effort, or if is it costing you money? Because some things everything you can recycle, but it's not always something you want to do that'll always make you money. So we'll switch here. Throw this one over here. And if you do this too far by the furnace, the whatever's pulling it sometimes will grab your recycling and pull it in there, and then you'll get penalized and you won't get money because it'll tell you you recycled the wrong thing. And she smarts off. She says she says go back and review your training. Sounds like the Army. Okay, so we're going to grapple this one. So we know it's disconnected here, but if I hooked it right here, it's not going to have enough leverage to pull, and so it's going to start to pull the ship around. So I want to try to grab it. Oh man, see, I disconnected it. I didn't want to do that. I just screwed up. So now I'm going to have 2 tethers pulling in opposite direction. See how the whole ship is moving now? And I need to get this to stay up in there. I'm going to pull these fuel things off real quick. Because those are worth money, not recycled. So we're going to shoot that one down there. And then that'll get pulled in and that'll get recycled. So when you come down and you look in the sides of the ship here, you can see more of those ones you have to disconnect. So if I put the scanner on, see, these are the ones you got to cut right here. So this side you can't go all the way down because you got the airlock, but we will deal with that in a second. So what I'm going to do here is switch to my cutter. I'm going to switch to my other blade. I'm going to go horizontal. You move this by right clicking on your mouse, and usually once you get a good distance, you can cut almost all 3 of these with one swoop. You could cut all, because your cutter will go further and further. But see what I mean by going crazy and hacking? I just cut through that wall. If there had been something over there, I could potentially have blown up the ship. And see here, I can go all the way down and cut. So we're going to swoop in here, cut, swoop in here. And there's no, usually there's an electrical generator or a value piece of equipment that you gotta recycle to get your next license. Now everything moves quick. So we cut through both of those. Now that whole side of the ship is loose, and now we can recycle this whole side. And you can actually, if you wanted to, how many tethers we got? 4 tethers left. You can connect them. You can do one at a time. But either way, you're going to use the same amount, and it just pulls right out. See, and then you can connect it. But right now, your tethers aren't super strong. And see, it's not going to hold. Oh, yeah, it's going to hold. You can kind of help it along a little bit. Your grappler will get stronger as you upgrade it, but remember, it's just the beginning. And connect it. And connect it.
Warning, tethers depleted.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, we got to go get more tethers, and you can upgrade to where you hold. You can upgrade to where you hold more tethers. Okay, so now we're going to go right over here and pick up some more tethers. So we're going to come over here and see how slow it is when your thruster pack gets when it gets better. You can go a lot quicker. So this is the front half of where the cockpit is, the outer wall. We're just going to throw that in there. Get this out of the way. And then once as your tethers get stronger, they will have a lot more pulling power, and they'll whip these things in here pretty quick. We're going to grab the back half. This is the back half of the ship, and see, you always want to think about the angle that you're going to have to pull it in, because if I would have hooked it somewhere further back, I could have potentially lost this into the furnace. And then now once it crosses this yellow, it should grab here. So I'm not going to worry about that. These pieces, see, it says furnace. This is your least valuable piece. This one down here is going to say it says furnace too. So these are your least valuable pieces. So now we're going to go over here because we cut. We got to cut. We got to cut these loose so that we can get to the cockpit loose and recycle it. So let's cut these loose from the cockpit, the front half module of the ship. Anything that's black and yellow like this, you can definitely cut, because you can see these right here. It's supposed to be able to cut those and release other parts of this wall easier. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten this thing to always release, but you can disintegrate whole walls. That's just scrap. You can once your cutter gets better, you can cut whole walls without overheating. And the more, as you get further along, the more and more you use it in just one mission, not one mission, but one salvage, it gets pretty depleting. So you're basically repairing your cutter almost every time that you go back in. Okay. So we're gonna switch. Yep. We're gonna switch the cutter. So remember I talked about willy-nilly cutting through? You have no idea what's behind there. So if there was something behind there, I could have blown us up. So typically, I don't do it on these ones, but as you get further up, you want to look. Okay, there's nothing back there. There's no cooling for the reactor or anything like that. So you always want to look, make sure you don't do something. And the only reason I say that is because I've done it. And I've done it right when I almost got to the rear. So we got to cut this piece out of the way. You can try to... pull this out sometimes, and sometimes you can get it out and sometimes you can't. Yeah, I got it out that time. We're going to go in here and we're going to cut these real quick. Got that one. Got that one. Okay, now we're going to come back out. Come on. Let's come back out. What the heck's going on here? We're going to switch. What the heck? Okay, we're going to switch our... okay, we're going to go for this front module first. And you can see it's they're already all separating. We're going to go ahead and throw that one in there. Oh crap, I missed one. Oh, come on. Shoot. I don't want to get too close to that line. Come on. Woo! I still might lose the whole cockpit. I'm going to lose the whole cockpit. Actually, it would have been no big deal to throw that all in there because there's not much... so I just kind of wasted. There's not much in there to recycle. You could have pulled the seat out and the two computer components, and you got a little bit more cash for it. But again, time-consuming. Is it worth the time and the effort to do it? The panels are for sure, because you get a lot of money for the nanocarbons. That's probably one of your second or third most profitable pieces.
Processing valuable object.
Throw it in there. It'll pull loose. You can connect it to another one or just go ahead and throw it over there. And you can see they're still floating. Once you get close, it's going to pull it in. Did this one move? I thought it looked like this one moved.
Deposit not accepted.
I don't think this one's loose yet. No, because you got these bars. We're going to cut these loose right here. And that one's loose. Let's see if I can cut this loose with this. Come down here. I got that part. Can we get this? No, can't get this part. We're gonna come up. What is keeping us attached here? Let's switch. See if we can get this thing to come loose. What is keeping it? You clear one of these bars, but it always leaves this little block. And it's always in the cross section where they all come together. What is this one still holding it together? What is still holding this thing on? Okay, this. Eventually it'll pop loose. It'll just start free floating. But apparently I'm missing. Oh, maybe it's this one. guess it's this one. See, I'm wasting a lot of time here. Oh, no, it's this one. No, it's this one. No, it's this one. No, it's this one. Did it pop loose? Why are we not... Oh, I think it did pop loose. Just to be safe, I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna throw a laser down here one more time. I'm gonna give it a nice big chop. Really rip it apart. Okay, we should be cut free. If not, I'll just let everything go in. I'm not gonna mess with this anymore. Okay, we're gonna switch to our other one. Throw the tether. Yep, it's loose. Furnace. This one's furnace. I usually go there.
No tethers remaining.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, eh? So, sorry guys. Where's my... Oh, there it is. It's blending in. I was like, where's the last little bit of my ship? Oh, that nacelle did not... I almost screwed myself on some money. See this nacelle down here? It didn't... It cut loose. I almost lost some money, so... I don't... Come on. Don't connect to that. And... There we go. Now we're gonna get paid. I almost didn't catch that. That would have sucked. I would have been upset. Okay, so that's connected there. We'll get paid.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Got the nacelle. I'm gonna give it one more to help it get in there a little bit quicker. I could have recycled a couple things out of there, but again, you know, time and money. You're $1 billion in debt. How much is your time worth? What can you make the most of as quickly as possible? So you see it says work order complete. So when we go back into the HAB, we will get a new license so we can go to heavier ships and more complicated ships. So we just recycled that entire ship, even explaining that from the very beginning takes about 38 minutes. Normally it takes you 20 max. You got to come back into your HAB module here. You're going to end our shift. Yeah, we want to end our shift. And now we get a breakdown of what we salvaged and what we got paid and what we didn't get paid for. So remember that ship was worth, was it 4 million? And we only got 2.3 out of it because some of the stuff we didn't get paid on. Not a lot. I mean, I don't think this amount right here was $2 million worth. But if we recycled every little piece, we would have. But see here, the nacelles, there was, what, 4 of them? So 300,000, it's about 75,000 each. Nanocarbon, almost $1 million there. Panel nanocarbon, and then this is regular nanocarbon, 289. Where's the... Oh. Class 1 reactor plate. Where's my reactor? Oh, reactor right there. $500,000 for that reactor. So that's a big chunk of change. See, pipe junction, $150. Like I said, 4 kilograms of that. It's... Here you go. Scrap, 116 kilograms, and I got $17. It's like going back for aluminum cans. It's just not worth it. So that's our total. So we take total what we earned, and then they subtract what we destroyed, because the company's not going to not let you pay for everything. And that gets subtracted from here, and that'll leave you your balance. So we're going to go. We're going to end the day. Tells us good morning. Gives us another breakdown. See, we changed. Now we only owe $998,223,039.25. That's our new debt. And then your day starts over. You pick a new ship. Okay, so remember I said about fixed. So our cutter's at 47%. So if you went outside to do another one and you might not make it all the way through before your cutter crapped out. Then you have to come back in and waste a whole day and give up a day, and you lose $500,000. Remember, $500,000 for a day just to cover your costs. So we'll go ahead and repair it. See how that went much faster? The grappler's 90, 98, 95. So I wait till these get down in the 50s, and then I'll do the repairs. So class 1 reactor. So we got to finish this up to get to our next license. I think we got no, we haven't hit level 5 yet. So that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here. Go back to the main screen, and then when I'll bring us back in for our next one, we'll go quicker and it'll be more interesting. I'll get us into some bigger ships. But hey guys, that is Hardspace Shipbreaker. I don't know about you, definitely not my wheelhouse. I would ever thought of this game, but it turns out to be really, really, really addicting. I really enjoy it. I think you will too. I think it's worth the time and the effort. I think right now on oh my god, on Steam, God, my mind blanked out. On Steam, I think it's $22, and you can see the $1 billion credit. It's going to take you a lot of time, so you're definitely going to get your money out of it. And then as it gets updated, because you're in the beta version, you get all the goodies that come along with it down the road, being part of that. So hey, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for spending the time with me. I really do appreciate it. If you like what I'm doing, you like the content I'm putting, hey, smash that like button for me and hit that subscribe button. Costs you nothing. It helps us out. I don't get anything till I think I get 1,000 followers, and a little bit of monetary money. I do all this out of my own pocket because it's fun and I enjoy it. I play the games anyways, and even if I wasn't going to get monetized, I love it. I learned so much about playing video games from watching other big-time YouTubers that got thousands and thousands and millions of followers. Great way to learn stuff. I learned this game. I found about this game through watching another YouTube guy I follow. I would have never saw this game. And then when I went into Steam, I think I bypassed it in Steam. I was like, I'm not even interested in this. So that's why I'm asking for the like and the subscribes. Hopefully I can, share this game with somebody else. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out again. You guys all stay safe, stay healthy out there. I know it's crazy out there right now. Kind of weird times we live in, just like the game here in the future. But stay tuned for our next one. I'll try to get it up here real soon, and I'll get another mission going, or another day of breaking ships in Hardspace Shipbreaker for us, and we'll get it uploaded. Hey, I am Daily Dose 68, and I thank you for hanging out with me on my game channel. Game on, and I am out.